And Steve, I don't know exactly how you started out on the path that you're following, but I've got to urge you, stay on the path, because you are exposing some things that Christians really need to know in these latter days.
One of the questions I get asked is, what does this have to do with salvation? Everything. Most people can't tell the Bible's reasoning for Jesus being manifested, that he might destroy the works of the evil one. You know, redemption, everything that Jesus died and was resurrected for and is coming back for his saints for. It's all about the life of God. But this war, there's a war, an unseen war. My statement is, when you understand the war, you understand the greatness of redemption. You understand the magnificence of God's forgiveness. You absolutely are mind blown with his mercy, because this is the contest. The fallen angels, which are the third of angels, one third of the angels rebelled against God. They're doomed forever. In the book of Enoch and the book of Giants, these fallen angels are pleading with Enoch to say a prayer to God for them so they can get out of their torment. And they're eternally tormented. And they knew the flood was coming. This is interesting too. But most people don't understand there were two floods. And I don't want to get too complicated, but Jeremiah's flood was a flood on the world that was prior to the creation of Adam and Eve. And what's interesting is that the fallen ones knew of the prophecies, I'm talking before the creation of Adam and Eve, that God had pronounced upon them due to their rebellion. And it seems to go back. It's interesting that so far, the majority of the research I've done indicates that it was a genetic engineering and altering of cross-species or transgenic manipulation of genes. Even fallen angels have DNA. It's just not human DNA. And that's why most people, Gary, can't understand. They think that, and this, I got to make this clear, Jesus said in heaven they are neither given or taken in marriage, but are as the angels. But the ones that got kicked out by their rebellion and came to earth and cavorted, 200 of them, with women on the base of Mount Hermon, and produced a race of demigods. That DNA, that genetic structure, was a hybrid DNA. It was half fallen angel and half human. And this is why, in my opinion, look, everybody was excited about the Human Genome Project. When the Human Genome Project, that they're going to map for the first time, and this is the first time, openly, but it existed before then, they were looking for the genetic markers of the fallen ones. And I want to make it clear right now, Rh negative blood does not mean you will have fallen angel DNA. There's a crazy people on the internet saying that. That's not true. The DNA of fallen angels is more crystalline, almost like the Andromeda strain, which was a sci-fi movie, but the pathological nature of the virus was crystalline. So the genetic markers in the Human Genome Project were trying to identify the seed of the Nephilim, because, you know, they want their family back. And if you can get the evil spirits that were cast out of, you know, everybody from Hitler when they died, or Genghis Khan, or Kublai Khan, you know, or any of the most tyrannical figures in history, those evil spirits of those entities, when they died, are still out there, or they're inhabiting new homes in humanity.